Happy Wednesday, everyone. The big news this week is that we're sold out of Maslow 4 kits. So today we're going to talk to you about the plan going forward.
We have a number of exciting upgrades and improvements that we'd like to roll out to the existing kits before we commit to making a new batch of full kits.
Making a full batch of kits is a major financial investment, so when we do make a new batch, we want to make sure they incorporate as many of the upgrades to the user experience and the electronics as possible.
In the meantime, our focus is going to be on continuing to offer software updates and even some hardware updates to the existing kits that are out in the wild and continuing to get feedback about how we can keep making them better.
We're actually currently working on some electronics updates that should be ready here in the next couple weeks.
Until we have a next full batch of kits, the best place to get one is from the swap meet section in our forums. We'll have a link in the video description. We have a lot of really exciting things planned that we can't wait to share, and we're working to get them done as quickly as possible. But we don't have a firm date yet for when we'll have full kits available again. This week's firmware update has a mix of UI and backend changes, all based on community feedback. So thank you everyone who contributed ideas, and keep those ideas coming. The first change we made this week is in the last firmware update, we added a locking feature which prevented accidentally clicking the Define Home button, so you had to press and hold, but that didn't work well on mobile and tablet. So now that button supports a press and hold or a double tap action to define the home. We also got some feedback this past week that the overcurrent detection could be a little bit overreactive, and it would stop the machine from cutting midway through when there wasn't actually anything wrong. So we've downgraded that from an error, which would make the machine stop, to a warning, which will alert you, but it won't stop the file from running. Also, I work pretty much exclusively in millimeters, but we got some feedback that basically, the machine boots up, it's in millimeter mode, and the jog distance is set to 100 millimeters by default. If you then immediately open a file that's in inches and run it, that file will run and leave the machine in inches mode when the file finishes, but that default jog distance is still set to 100, but now it's 100 inches. So if you then clicked a jog button, the machine would try to move 100 inches, which is probably further than you expected. So now when the machine switches back over to, switches to inches mode, it will automatically divide that 100 by 25, so you always have a reasonable number left in the jog distance field. And finally, we've reworked the UI a little bit based on feedback. We split the Z-axis and XY-axis jog distances back out into two separate distances, but they are still both on the home screen now. And just ignore that white, we generally rearrange things a bit, but generally ignore that white space over on the right. Those are placeholders for some reworking of the calibration process that I'm working on. So hopefully that'll be in the not too distant future.
It's been a minute since we released a video update, so we wanted to highlight a couple excellent projects from the forums from the last couple weeks. Nikki upcycled an old dining room chair into a race car simulator for his son, and it came out pretty cool. Aggie House is getting a jump start on the holidays this year by cutting out some wise men silhouettes for his Christmas nativity scene. GES Designs scaled up a small file for a candy cart into a life-size cart. He posted a great summary video to his TikTok, so check out the link below and give him a like for us. Beham Brew used their Maslow to create a speaker cabinet and wrote up an excellent summary of the entire process. Brandon McEachern has been working for some time on stage props for a Mardi Gras show, and we got to see the glittering end result this week. Last week, we posted a video to our YouTube showcasing our bike rack project. One of the most unique features of the Maslow is its ability to cut accurately at scale. Here are a few clips from the project showing the end result. Thanks for tuning in to the update this week. Keep posting projects to the forum, and we might highlight you in a future update.
Have a great week, everyone.